Come with me. I'll see you out.
Okay, getting up. Now, before he sees me out, there are some things I have to get first. So, firstly, over here, this knife. This knife is a pretty decent first melee weapon if you want one, because it's at full. It is at full durability, which means that it won't break, like, for a really long time. And there's also an ammunition box with some bullets here. Those are useful. First aid box with some Stimpaks. These are empty syringes. I'm going to take these because they are components that can be used in making Stimpaks. We'll get into that later. And first aid box, Radex, Stimpak, empty syringe, and bobby pin. Bobby pins can be used to hack things. Buffalo gourd seeds, take those too. Why not? And also some cram. Those, cram is spam, in case you were wondering. There's also some cigarettes over here. Doc really shouldn't smoke, so I'll take those and probably just sell them to somebody else. Oh, dresser's empty. Darn it. There's sometimes like an outfit in there that you can steal. Yeah, there's some food in here. Might check, see if there's anything particularly good. Some, let's see. Tama cocktail, might take that, and a maze. Those sound good. Yeah, so now, there's some pork and beans in that. And some, bottle caps over here. Now, those of you who have played Fallout 3 might, be rushing to look for these pre-war books, which are everywhere, because you could get stuff for bringing in pre-war books in Fallout 3. But in this game, they don't really make that much of a difference. The last thing they want to get here is this cool pre-war hat, which I think looks nice.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in.
Oh, thanks.
I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lack of modesty. Never was much my style anyway.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon.
Oh, that's great.
I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave.
Metal fella.
Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back.
That's weird.
I'll fix you up.
It's like
But
the
try
Tin
not
Man.
to get killed anymore.
Hardcore mode, no, recommended. Basically, this just means that Stimpaks heal over time. You cannot mend broken limbs right away. Stimpaks heal over time and cannot mend broken limbs. That just makes it harder for you to fix broken limbs. Right away regenerates radiation over time. Ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players. Turn hardcore mode on and off at any time during the gameplay menu. You can activate hardcore mode now and maintain through the rest of the world. Surrounding, you also receive a special reward. Would you like to activate hardcore mode? Yes. Yay. Ain't that a kick in the head? Yes, indeed, it is. So, yep. Oh, also, just about that. Something else about Abel. He's generally good-natured, like, overall. Even though he steals things from people, that's just mainly out of necessity. It's not like he's, wishes ill to people. Like, he doesn't enjoy killing people. Like, he's willing to do what he has to do in order to survive, but he doesn't, like, enjoy fighting or killing people or anything like that. He generally is a nice guy. He just has a little bit of kleptomania. Now, let's enter the store to go to Goodsprings. Whoa, that's bright. Okay. Well, that certainly was very bright. Well, that's the sun. Hi, Victor. See you.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle?
Huh. This must be the robot that dug me out of my grave. Yes, that's what he meant by Tin Man. Huh. Weird. This little TV screen with a whole robot attached to it. Anyway, thanks for digging me out of that grave.
Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need.
Now, the question really is, how on earth did Doc Mitchell save my life? I mean, with the stuff that he had in that room, and the fact that I was shot in the head and then buried, how did I survive? It's questions that will last for generations to come. Okay, so how did you happen to find me anyway?
I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick.
How? Okay, sorry, Victor, but you don't really seem like a very stealthy kind of robot. I mean, you're kind of giant and metal and run off of a wheel. I mean, it's not exactly a, picture of stealth here. So, did you know who these men were that attacked me, so I can get so they can get their just desserts?
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that.
Alright, I'll ask around. How did you end up in Goodsprings anyway? It doesn't seem like, there'd be very many robots in a little out-of-the-way town like this.
I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway,
Weird.
it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any.
Alright, never seen a robot like you before.
I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 2060B. If you ever see any of my brothers, tell them Victor says howdy.
Alright, so goodbye, Victor.
Happy trails!
Okay, see ya. Well, we're both going the same direction anyway. It's kind of weird when you, say goodbye to somebody, and then it turns out that you're both walking in the same direction. You're just like, oh, well, I'll go then. Ah, but I forgot one thing. Here's a tip, pro tip. This isn't a good example, but pro tip in general. Check people's mailboxes, because a lot of the time there's skill magazines in them, which makes sense. That people would have mail in their... would have magazines in the mail. Wow. Great parking job there, buddy. Some of those little things, even if you play this game for a really long time, just the little things you don't notice. Like the fact that this truck hit the stop sign. Still things you don't ever notice when playing this for the first time until you record. And then you notice everything. Except for the things that people yell at you for. But anyway, let's dig through the dumpsters. Carton of cigarettes, good, I can sell those. Now, this can be used to send items to and from different locations. So, yep, Mojave Express. I'll press E, and that'll allow me to send things to Goodsprings, which might be useful. For some reason I can... Okay, so look. It's illegal for me to open this crate. But, if I go back here, these crates, perfectly fine. I can just take all the Sunset Sarsaparilla from these. And then this is good because Sunset Sarsaparilla is, as I said before, a good material to use. It's a good item. This I can pick, but I don't need to because there's a door over here that I can use. And there's also this guy called Easy Pete I'm going to talk to. There's me in all my glories. Wait, I actually didn't show you this. This is I'm currently wearing a Vault jumpsuit. You may recognize these if you are, if you played any of the other games, of course you recognize them. They're what people who were in the vaults wear. Because people in vaults wear jumpsuits for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they just did. And yeah. So, this one's from Vault 21, which, from my knowledge that I already know, knowledge I already know. Wow, what a redundant sentence. From my prior knowledge, I can already say that Vault 21 is actually located on the Las Vegas Strip, which is interesting if they'd bother to put a vault there. But anyway, So yeah, here I am. This is me. I can actually probably put on some other things in here. Put that. I have a 9mm pistol, and of course you can see this knife. It has like almost full condition. It's pretty good to pick up if you're going to be having any of those. Yep, I know about apparel. Put a pre-war hat, maybe. It looks kind of weird. I'm gonna take it off. So I'm gonna put on some reading glasses. Now it makes me look kind of like a nerd. I'll stick with this. This sounds good. Yep. Maybe equip a pistol as well. Equip my pistol. There we go. Yep. This little gun over here. Something else that's good, better in this game than Fallout 3 is that there's actually iron sights. Because you haven't played Fallout 3. In Fallout 3, the only thing that you could ever have was it would just zoom in, but it wouldn't actually like this. It would just zoom in, as opposed to actually giving you an iron sight to aim with, which I always thought was weird. That cross over there, we'll be getting to that later. So, but for now, let's talk to Easy Pete.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Alright. Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
The one in the fancy suit seemed to be calling the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
You don't say. He shot me in the face. You don't say that he can't be trusted. I mean, if they were planning to rob me of that platinum chip, right? Why didn't they just, you know, like, if they were just planning to rob me, couldn't they have just, you know, knocked me out? Since they had already knocked me out and captured me, couldn't they have just, you know, stolen it and just run off and left me alive? I mean, they didn't have to kill me. Anyway, why are you called Easy Pete anyway?
Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
What's wrong with the NCR?
Don't get me wrong. The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
Yeah, the Legion. Ugh. Jerks. Prospector, like digging for gold and silver?
Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term.
Yeah, nobody. That sounds sort of like scrounging.
It's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
Yeah, so kind of like me, except I do it in abandoned buildings and active buildings. So yeah, I'm good at that. Ever find anything good while prospecting?
Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
Tell me about the Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar. Or
You don't
Caesar.
say.
Not sure how you're supposed to say it.
Huh.
A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
Actually, about what you said about either Caesar or Caesar, I'm pretty sure that depends on what time period you're using. I think that in the days of the Roman Empire, they probably would have said Caesar because in Latin, C's are pronounced as K's, kind of like how V's are pronounced as W's, which makes a lot of Latin words sound a lot less cool. Like instead of, like, I don't know, Vita, it's Vita. Yeah, I don't know, it sounds a little bit less cool to me. Anyway, what's so important about Hoover Dam?
The dam powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory.
What do you use bighorns for, anyway?
Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills. careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
Yeah. In general, it's good to stay away from just in general, stay away from wandering, mutated animals. Do you know anything about Victor, by the way?
The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken down relic with no place to be.
Well, that's kind of sad. Anyway, goodbye.
Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
I'll be careful. Thank you, Easy Pete. Now, time to go in to this. It's also apparently open 24 hours a day, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Time to go into the Prospector Saloon to find sunny smiles and learn how to not die in the wasteland.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Doc Mitchell said you could teach me to survive in the desert.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you.
Probably.
Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
I'll just say that I have, like, an acute sense of amnesia after I was shot in the head. Because, we'll say, like, he doesn't have a past. Like, so I just can't remember specifically what happened in my past, but I can know general things, and I'm still the same person that I used to be before I got shot in the head. Anyway, this, right here, is the perfect opportunity to rob this entire bar clean, because nobody's in it except for that guy right over there, and he doesn't care if you do anything. Like, literally, look, right? Here's a good tip. This guy, right, standing right here, I can go over here, open the cash register, take everything in it. He doesn't care. This man, he doesn't care if I steal anything. Like this .357 Magnum revolver, doesn't care. Doesn't care about any of this. It's not his bar, I suppose. I suppose that must be what he must be what he's thinking. I also steal his fixing things. That is another skill book that increases my repair. The jukebox over there. What else can I steal? There's a bathroom over here. Door outside. Don't want to use that yet. Still have more things to steal. There's tables over here. Actually a pretty nice bar considering the circumstances. So yeah, here's a scented sarsaparilla crate. I can take out the scented sarsaparilla from there. There's some purified water that's going to be useful. Some whiskey and scotch and some more. That's some dirty water. Well, might as well take it anyway if I get really thirsty. There's a desk as well. Let's see what's in it. Oh, backup cigarettes. You can sell those. Now, as you can see, this that is a hard floor safe. However, this terminal is easy, which means that I should really be able to unlock it. Yep. Close. You just need to hack into it using my skills. I'm using my aforementioned hacking skills to be able to open it. Run debug/accounts.f, and now all I have to, so basically what this works, right? How this works is that I have to click on a word, like for example missing, and then it'll say how many letters of missing are correct in this, right? So missing isn't the right code, but 5 of the letters in missing are correct. So for example, if I look at wanting, let's see how many things this has in common. See, this only has three letters in common, the ing. So I know it can't be this. So I know it can't be wanting. Reasons. Let's see how many similar things it has. Yeah, not enough. What about matters? Nope, not enough. Missing again. Dragons. Nope. Actually, well, I'm going to say because it has the ing, I'm going to assume that it ends in, yeah, it has to end in ing. Or, well, it doesn't have to, but it's a lot more likely to end in ing. Routing. No. Meaning. No, it can't be meaning. because it only matches with 4. Pudding. No. Cantina. Wouldn't that be perfect if it was cantina? But it isn't. Falling. No. Turns. No. Varying. No. That's a match with 2, right? So hunting. No. Yeah, meaning doesn't work. Cousins. Rations. Current. Wanting. Now, so here's another tip, right? So just so I don't waste your time just staring at this, another tip is you can also click the power button. That'll bring you out. You can go back in, and it'll reset the puzzle. This can also be useful if you're about to get locked out of a terminal, so you don't get locked out. You just exit it and try again. You can say wanting. Right, wanting has 4. Okay, that's better. So feeling, does that work? Nope, feeling isn't right. Areas, let's see if this works. Nothing else. Dancing. Does dancing work? This here is the A-N-I-N-G. Nope, that is 5. That is 5 the same, not 4. Setting. Yes, setting could work. Oh, setting has 5. So now I have to look for one that has 5 in common with setting and 4 in common with wanting. So, this one has 4 in common with wanting, but too many in common with setting. So, meeting.